My name is Delia Ortiz. I live in Bakersfield, California. I am a global acquisition hiring manager in mergers and acquisitions for IBM. I came to HR late in the game, just about 12 years ago, and one of my first experiences that reinforced to me that this was the place to be was an experience that I had early on. I was overseeing all the recruitment for a global oil and gas company. And it was at the time whenever we were hiring at great quantities, and the race for talent was in a furied mess. So we had a position come up that was in a niche area, a little bit difficult to find, and we had engaged agencies, had used our own sourcers, and we're just not filling the role. I was sitting down with the manager that was doing the hiring for the position and just asked him to have a conversation with me about where would we find this person. Tell me a little bit about some of the projects they would have worked on so that we can target this. One afternoon I was doing something that I just did ad hoc, and that was looking through the rejects, looking through those that the system, the AI system that we used, had declined for various reasons. And because it does look for certain keywords, and it is a tool that we do rely on. But every once in a while I would find nuggets in there that others, had moved past. So in doing so, I came across the resume of an individual that at first glance I could understand why the system had declined him. Didn't have the keywords, but some of the projects that he worked on piqued my interest. And I thought this might be that diamond. So I gave him a call, spent about an hour on the phone with him, learned a little more about his expertise and some of the skills that he brought. And then through the call, I could just feel his passion for the segment that I was hiring for. So I brought him to the attention of the hiring manager, of course, and he was brought on. Delightful hire. The hiring manager was very excited because he did bring some additional skill sets that we currently didn't have. But the story didn't end there. It wasn't just finding that diamond in the rough. About 2 years later, as we continued, our relationship within the work environment, he invited me over to his home. He said, "I want you to join my family and I for dinner. I have a surprise for you." And whenever he greeted me at the door, he handed me an envelope. He says, "I need you to open it." And when I opened it, it was his paperwork stating he was now a permanent resident of the United States. And he said, "You did this for me and my family. You were the one that found me, you kept me here, and you did this for me and my family." And I thought, being human is all it took to get to that point. Not allowing the human to be left out of HR, not to allow a computer system to do my job for me, but to go in and look for that nugget. You uncover the individual, and you make such an impact on a life that it could have been easily overlooked. He and his wife continued on, and he actually left the oil industry, and they started their own company that now makes sleepwear for children. But it has a unique focus because of his passion for STEM. The portion of the proceeds from every pajama that they sell, every item that they sell, goes to provide STEM education for underprivileged children in the United States. So the ripple effect, again, of that one decision to go just a little bit further reached much farther.